Lesson 11-6, page 386 from your math journal. Here we're looking at capacity and weight. Take a look at question number 1. Okay, we were given an image on the right side to help us identify how many cups are in a pint, how many pints are in a quart, and how many quarts are in a gallon. Okay, as you can see there. So describe the meaning of the picture and explain how it can help you convert among unit capacities. Cups, pints, quarts, gallons, and so on. Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to write the answer here for you. This is a key answer. You must copy it exactly the way I have it copied. But before I write the answer down, let's take a look at what we have here. As you can see, we have one large G. That G stands for a gallon. Inside that gallon, we have 4 Q's. Each Q stands for quart. So there are 4 quarts in a gallon. Each quart has 2 P's. Each P is a pint, so there are 2 pints in a quart. And each little C inside of the P's stands for cups. So there are 2 cups in each pint, 2 pints in each quart, and 4 quarts in a gallon. Let's write that down. The picture models the relationship between units of capacity. So it models it. It helps to convert among these units because it shows how many cups are in a pint, how many pints are in a quart, and how many quarts are in a gallon. Please copy this down exactly as you see it. This is a key answer. You can pause the video here and copy it down, but I will continue on. Question 2. For question 2, let me move this out of the way. Okay. For question 2, boys and girls, we have to use the information given right here. Students weighed dry, uncooked rice and found that 1 cup weighed an average of 8 ounces. 1 cup is 8 ounces, which means 2 cups would be 16 ounces. 3 cups, 24 ounces. So for every 1 cup, there's 8 ounces. So here we have 2 cups of dry uncooked rice, which is the same that we have here, weigh about, 2 cups would be 16. Okay? Go ahead and figure out what 3 and 4. Actually, for 4 you have a different one, but go ahead and solve all the questions for 3. Feel free to use the U.S. customary system chart found on page 431 of your math journal. There you can see how each one converts, or what's found in each one. Also, you can simply just use what we learned on the top. This model right here will help you. Continue with question 4. On average, a family of 4 in Nepal eats about 110 pounds of rice per month. A family of 4, 110 pounds per month. That's how many pounds a year? Well, we know that per month, okay, there are 12 months in a year. So we would have to multiply the 110 pounds, okay, times 12. Okay? About how many gallons a year? Question B. Well, you would have to know how many pounds are in a gallon. So then you would divide this answer by the number of gallons. Okay, let's move on to a white piece of paper so that we can solve question 4B. It's not as easy as you think. We have to do some conversions. For that, we are going to need this answer in pounds. How many pounds a year? Well, 110 times 12 is 1,320 pounds. That's how much they consume a year. Okay, let's figure out what that is in gallons. In order for us to solve question 4B, okay, how many gallons in a year, We have to be able to do 3D. Okay, how many gallons of rice weigh how many pounds? Okay, we're talking about gallons versus pounds. And on the top, we've been told that 1 cup weighs as much as 8 ounces. So 1 cup equals 8 ounces. There are 16 cups in 1 gallon. Okay, so we're trying to find 1 gallon. There are 16 cups. And we know that 1 cup is 8 ounces. So how many is 16? We must multiply it times 8. Because for every cup, there's 8 ounces. So 16 times 8 is 128 ounces. Okay, so we have 128 ounces. We need to know pounds. Well, there are 16 ounces per pound. That means we have to divide 128 divided by 16. And that, boys and girls, gives us 128 divided by 16 is 8. That gives us 8 pounds. So now we know that 1 gallon of rice is 8 pounds. That will help us do 4B. Let's divide. In 4A, we found that's how many pounds a year. Okay, we figure out that it was 1,320 pounds. So let's divide that by gallons. So we have to divide it. Every 8 pounds is 1 gallon. So we must divide this number divided by 8. Okay? And that gives us 165 gallons per year. Question 5. On average, a family of 4 in the United States, right here, eats about 120 pounds of rice per year. About how many gallons is that? Well, we've already found out that every 8 pounds is 1 gallon. So let's take 120 and divide it by 8. And we should get 15 gallons. Okay. Continuing. On average, a family of 4 in Thailand eats about 3.5 gallons of rice a week. How many? That's about how many gallons per year? Well, we have to know how many weeks there are in the year. So we have 3.5 gallons per week. There are 52 weeks a year. So take the 3.5, multiply by 52, and that should give you your answer for the year. And then now that you figure out how many gallons, multiply it by 8, because every gallon has 8 pounds. So you're going this time multiply the gallons times the pounds. So whatever you get in gallons, multiply it by 8, and that will give you your pounds. Page 387. Capacity and weight continued. Find the capacity of the copy paper carton shown at the right. Okay, in inches squared. Simple. Volume equals length times width times height. Go ahead and solve that, boys and girls, and include that there. For question 8, we are going to look at this container. Okay, and they want us to find the volume of the half-gallon container. Here's the volume of a half a gallon. Find the exact. Using the same formula right here, find what the half a gallon is. That's how much capacity this has, this container. But then for B, you're asked, what is the volume of 1 gallon container? Here we have the half. You're going to solve the half. And then what is the full container? Whatever you get here, multiply it. Multiply it by 2. And that'll give you the full gallon, because this is only half a gallon. Question 9. on average, a family of 4 in Thailand eats about 182 gallons of rice per year. About how many copy paper cartons will you need to hold this amount of rice? Now, the copy paper carton is the very first image we looked at up here. This image. Okay? How many of those will you need? Well, after you solve that, make sure that you are able to fill this out. Make sure that you're able to answer this question. How many will they need? How many cartons will you need to hold this amount of rice? Okay, first calculate how many gallons of rice you will fill in one paper carton. And then use that to solve this. Take this number and divide it by the number that the paper carton can hold. Take this number and you divide it by answer number 1. And that'll give you the amount of gallons. I'll give you a hint. Okay, this number 89. Question B. Okay, how many copy paper cartons will you need to hold 182 gallons of rice? Copy paper cartons. I'm sorry, I totally got A and B confused. So for B, you will take this number divided by the number that you get from this equation, and that'll be your answer for B. For A, they're asking what is the capacity of one copy paper carton? How many gallons can you actually place in here? That'll be your answer. And that is the answer that I just gave you the hint to. Okay? Which number? 8, 9. Okay? From the joke. And for B, how many copy paper cartons will you need? Like I said, divide that number. Okay, continuing on to number 10 and 11. Question 10, please skip it and we will look at it in class because we have to compare our answers with the rest of the class. Question 11, estimate about how many pounds a copy paper carton full of rice weighs. Describe what you did to find your estimate. So now we are looking at capacity compared to weight. Well, in order to identify this, we have to look at what we know already. We understand that 1 gallon of rice weighs about 8 pounds. Okay? And 1 copy paper carton holds about 7 gallons of rice. Okay? 7 gallons, each gallon is 8 pounds. Okay, so that would be 7 gallons times 8 would give us 56. So, a copy paper carton full of rice weighs about 56 pounds. Let me explain that. 1 gallon of rice weighs about 8 pounds. And 1 copy paper carton holds 7 gallons of rice. Therefore, you multiply the 7 gallons times the 8 pounds, because each gallon is going to have 8 pounds, will give you 56 pounds in total. Every gallon in here has 8 pounds, so you multiply it and that will give you 56 pounds. Boys and girls, this is your second key answer. Please have this written down exactly as you see it. Okay, see you in class.